Homes are selling in Houston despite the rising interest rates, and inventory is on the uprise. I'm Matthew Gullo with the Gullo Group, and I want to dive into some local news and some positive things going on in Houston and in Texas. So conditions are calming here just a little bit in Houston. We are starting to see, that frenetic pace of buying homes and all the multiple offers calm down a little bit. New listings did increase 9% in May, helping boost inventory a little bit. So we are seeing a little bit more supply. However, in May, we did see homes sell for the highest ever in terms of list price to sale price ratio. So that still means people are paying above list price for homes. I think you're going to start to see that go away. I'm already starting to see option period and who pays title policy and things like that change on contracts. So we are seeing some changes. The Fed did raise rates again yesterday, 0.75 basis points. So we'll see what that continues to do. They're on a mad dash to really chill out all of the inflation and all the crazy things that you hear about. But I've got some more positive news here for you. Single family home sales declined a tiny bit, 0.9%, and so that's why the inventory is increasing. More people, I think, are probably dashing to get the equity that they've realized over the past few years. They want to try to get that sold and get that out of there before interest rates rise. Buyers are still trying to beat those rising interest rates. So we're in a little bit of a race right now. But I think overall, at some point, what we're going to see is some calming of the market. It actually takes a 6 month supply of inventory to be at a balanced market where there's really no advantage for a buyer or seller. And currently we're at a 1.6 month supply. That is higher than it has been in several months. The last time it was that high was October of 2021. So some interesting things going on the market. I think if you're a seller and you really want to get the maximum amount of equity out of your house, now's the time before it continues to slip away a little bit. If you're a buyer, you're probably trying to beat interest rates rising. I think they're going to continue to go up based on what the Fed did yesterday. And in other news, some cool stuff. Buc-ee's in Luling is actually going to be building a massive store and tearing down the one that's already massive next door to it. So it's nice to see Texas-based companies growing and expanding. I think that's some really cool information. That Buc-ee's in Luling, you'll see that one as you're heading up towards San Antonio, or if you're or New Braunfels from Houston, or if you're coming from those areas to Houston on the way back. Another thing, Midway, who developed City Center, they're actually building East River development. It's called East River Downtown, and that's south of I-10, east of downtown, and it's bound by the Buffalo Bayou, Jensen Drive, and Clinton Drive. So they're building a golf course there. It's going to be 9 holes. I think they have daytime and nighttime golf. They're going to have a driving range, lots of some retail stores, some restaurants, and some office buildings. It's going to be kind of multi-use there as well. And so I think that's really positive for Houston and the growth of Fifth Ward and surrounding areas, and kind of the East Downtown vibe that's been happening for the last 15 or 20 years. We're just going to continue to see that grow, which is fantastic. I think Midway's doing some great work. And then some other news, some great things about Texas. Caterpillar is actually moving their headquarters from Chicago down here into Dallas, into the Irving area. And so they're a Fortune 500 company, and they're moving all their folks down here. So that's going to continue to be growth in our Texas region. So I think there's a lot of positive things about Texas. There's a lot of positive things going on in Houston, and I wanted to bring you guys that great news. Again, if you're a seller and you want to maximize your equity, I think now's the time to do it. If you don't need to rush and move, certainly wait. And if you're a buyer, I would pull the trigger before interest rates get too high. So if you have any questions, send me a DM. I'm always here to answer your questions, whether you need to buy, sell, or do anything at this moment. I'm out.